do another video while I'm driving. And this one is pretty much just so I just left work. Well, one of my jobs. I'm not actually working today, but I need to get some milk for some mac and cheese for Bunny, so I stopped in here just to pick up some milk because I'm watching some dogs this week and I'm not going to have enough. I'm not going to use like a half a gallon of milk. So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to pick up a couple of things of milk. He can make his mac and cheese tonight. Call it good. But while I was in here, like, it reminded me of a video I wanted to do. And so I want to do it, and since I'm driving and Mom's taking Grandma to a doctor's appointment and I can't call her and talk to her because there's some shit going down that I need to talk to Mom about. I gotta do the video. So, this video, and I was planning to actually do it tomorrow when I went into Greeley, but I have to run some stuff into Greeley anyway. So I pretty much planned to do this video tomorrow, not today, so y'all are lucky you're getting it a day early. And yes, my hair looks weird. I currently have it down, but because I've got it, like, you know, it's kind of tucked in behind my shoulders and stuff, that looks kind of weird and bunched up. It also has to do with the fact that I took a bath and I had my hair pulled up into like almost like a bun, so it like got folded multiple times. Yeah. But anyway, so onto the actual video. Basically, this video I want it to be about, and I know this is a horrible thought, but the customer is not always right. That's right. I just said the customer is not always right. Now, I work at a job where I get yelled at if I tell customers things that they don't want to hear. Like, my ice cream machine is broken. Or, which usually just somebody didn't fill it in time and it went into heat mode, and I will tell you right now, we cannot just bring it straight out of heat mode and get the ice cream to start pouring correctly. You know, or I've got, you know, a machine that's, you know, being cleaned at the moment, so I can't work. Or, you know, my card reader goes out on me. You know, things I cannot control. But I hear how that it's my fault that this stuff breaks when I have no control over it breaking. And because of that, I get tired of getting yelled at because of the one golden rule that everybody seems to think applies. And that is the rule of the customer is always right. Well, as I said, it's not true. The customer is not always right. Sometimes those of us that work at said restaurant, for example, you know, McDonald's, I know my store policies. I know, you know, what I can do and what I can't do and what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. You come through drive-thru and you want a small water. I can't charge you for it. I tell you, okay, go ahead and pull up to the second window and they can give it to you. No, I can't. I actually got in trouble for doing that because I thought that was something that was okay, you know, but I come to find out, no, it wasn't. You can't just send somebody up for a small water. You know, so I tell people, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't give you a small water and drive-thru. They get pissed off at me and I get yelled at for it. And it's like, look, my job is not worth, you know, you getting that free cup of water. It really isn't. That's just all there is to it. Not worth it. You know, or the fact that, oh gee, let's see here. You think you're correct in yelling at me about how we have a promotion that only applies on certain days. And around here, like, y'all all seen me wear my Bronco jersey, you know, several of my videos, and I'm wearing it again today. But one of our promos is that where you can get $1 Big Mac or $1 sausage egg McMuffin the day after a Bronco game. Used to be the day after a Bronco win, but we were going through a bad season, so they just changed it to the day after a Bronco game. So, and I had one customer, she sat there in drive-thru at my speaker for 5 minutes arguing with me about the promotion. And I kept calmly explaining to her, and I don't cry when it comes to customer service. Like, I don't. Like, I've cried once in my time at McDonald's, which, you know, I don't cry often while I'm working. Because, like, you know, I deal with a bunch of idiots and a bunch of assholes on a regular basis, okay? You know, one of my assholes happens to be my wonderful, loving ex-boyfriend, person. You know, the man that's all complicated with that comes up in a lot of these videos because I spend a lot of time with him. We pretty much are the relationship without the relationship. Which for us right now works. But, you know, like I said, I don't have the ability to give you the $1 Big Mac when it's not $1. That's not up to me. But she yelled at me for 5 minutes at my speaker, complaining that I wouldn't give her the $1 sausage egg McMuffin and take off the egg because it was cheaper. No, it wasn't. And before you say, you know, oh, well, what about the 2 for $2? You know, that would have been cheaper. No, actually, this was before we started doing the 2 for $2, so we didn't have that. So no, it would not have been cheaper to give her 2 sausages. 2 sausages with no eggs. So no, that would not have been cheaper because I remember exactly when it happened. And it was not possible to give it to her cheaper because she wanted it, you know, she wanted it a certain way. And, you know, and the promotion only applies if you have little key fob, which I no longer have mine. It fell off my keychain because it was very well used. But, you know, we had the key fobs, and those were how you were supposed to know that, you know, it was gonna work. You know, that's how you were able to get, you know, the promotion. Well, we no longer do that, so, or we no longer, you know, but we, you know, we could not honor it if it wasn't the day after a Bronco game. And that day, it just happened to be one of those days it wasn't after a Bronco game, and it's like, you know, explained to her, and she kept yelling at me. Well, she spent 5 minutes yelling at me at the speaker. Customer pulled up behind her, so she finally just, you know, well, just give me the sausage McMuffin without the egg on it. So I did. She pulled up to my window and then proceeded for another 5 minutes to continue to yell at me. Oh, scusi, because, you know, it was obviously my fault that I couldn't give her the promotion because it was the wrong day. You know, let's start off there. It was the incorrect day. And, you know, it was not something I could do. You know, but it was my fault because I couldn't do it. You know, and that I've got it advertised, so I should have to do it any time. Doesn't matter when. She was gonna get a hold of corporate, and I'm like, go ahead, get a hold of corporate. Like, my store isn't even a corporate store, honestly. My store is a franchise store. So you know, it's like, go ahead and get a hold of corporate. Go ahead and get a hold of my franchise owners. Like, get a hold of whoever you think you have to get a hold of. They will tell you exactly what I told you. So, I don't know what you're going to gain out of that. So, like I said, I got my ass ripped for a total of 10 minutes, and I got so upset that I went back and cried. My manager actually let me go back and cry for a minute, because it's like, you know, I was losing it. Like, I had the customer after them that was like, you know, I overheard parts of that. I'm sorry. You know, they apologized to me for her being such, you know, so mean to me, because it was clearly my fault that, you know, I couldn't give her the promotion. Dude, the speed limit is 55. I am doing 55. Do you want to back off my ass? So you're going to have to deal with my road rage again, because, like, I'm driving. Driving and doing this video. So I'm not looking at the camera much. I'm, like, looking forward at the road. But I can talk and drive. I usually call my mom when I'm driving anyway, so, and I've got her on speaker in my headset, but I don't have my headset today because I need to charge it. Well, it's actually at the house charging. But, so I've got that going on. And then I've got, and then, okay, so the other night, just a couple nights, about 2 weeks ago, I had a customer come through drive-thru, and I did not hear him call me a witch with a B. It was on Bunny. He was the one who heard the guy call me a witch with a B. It's like, I didn't hear it, so I didn't say anything. But apparently he said that B word needs to learn how to listen. Now this brings up another one of my problems with working customer service on the drive-thru speaker. And that is, people expect me to be able to understand them no matter what. Now, if you mumble, I can't understand you. And this one came up again, actually Sunday night. I had, I was sitting there and I had literally somebody order, and it sounded like they said 2 hot spicies, add cheese. Not 2 hot spicies and 2 cheeseburgers. Now, the 3 of us that were working, we all 3 have headsets on, so that way we can hear what's going on through drive-thru. My grill guy can, Bunny, he can drop my product, and my manager, so that way they know if, customer has a complaint with me, they can, say yes, she was wrong, or no, she was right. So, like I said, I had, both of them listening in, and I had this kid, 2 cheeseburgers with 2 hot spicies, and it sounded like 2 hot spicies with cheese. Don't turn it for me, dude. 2 hot spicies with cheese. Like, that's what all 3 of us heard. And then he got mad at me because I read back the order, and he's like, and he corrected me, and he was all pissy about it. And it's like, you know what? If it didn't sound like you were talking into the speaker and then turned your head away from me, it would not be a problem. Because, if you are talking to somebody and then you turn, literally turn away from them, they can't hear you. I want somebody to try that. Literally just try talking to somebody and then ask them to turn away from you. Oh, holy crap, that light is bright. Yeah, I'm slightly blinded right now. But, ask them to turn away from you while you're talking to them, and you'll see. You can't hear them properly. And so, that's what I had to deal with. Is I've got this kid that just turned away from me as I'm talking to him, and I can't understand what he is saying. And he gets mad at me it's my fault that, he, turned away while I was talking to him. It's it's not my fault that you decided to turn away while you were talking to me, making it practically impossible to understand you. Not my fault. It really was not my fault. But I get blamed for that kind of stuff. Where the guy who, said that I need to listen better, because, okay, now there are 2 different sandwiches. We've got the double cheeseburger, and then we've got the double quarter pounder with cheese. 2 different sandwiches. Those are 2 different types of meat we use on those sandwiches. So I'm checking my watch because I need to get back to the house by a certain time so I can feed the puppies. But, so we have 2 different sandwiches. And he was telling me that I needed to remove the double cheeses from his order. And it's one of them was the double quarter, and the double cheese, I removed it from his order. And he was talking about the double quarter, but he would not give me a size. I cannot make it a meal until I know what size you would like. You've got to tell me, do you want it medium or large? That's it. Just medium or large. You can't tell me, you want the number 3, which is now the double quarter, by the way, if we changed our menu. But you can't tell me you want, the number 3, and, just keep going. It's okay, I need to know size, and I need to know what you want to drink. Otherwise, I can't complete your order. But apparently, I'm a stupid bee because I couldn't read his mind and know exactly what he wanted for his, meal. Which is just ridiculous. It's not my fault. It really isn't. It is not my fault that, that you can't answer a simple question. I was asking him multiple times, medium or large. Will that number 3 be medium or large? I don't know how many times I have to ask you, do you want your meal medium or large? And so I'm just like, I'm being driven nuts by this guy. And like I said, my girl guy heard him call me a stupid bee and said that I needed to listen better. And it's like, that's not my fault if you can't listen. I'm asking you a simple question with 2 answers. Pick one. It's not a yes or no question. It's not like I'm asking you, oh, do you want, Coke? Which would be like yes or no. And it's like, you gotta give me answers here, honey. You gotta give me answers. And it's like, so I've got people like that are just, and this is proof that, customer is not always right. It's like, okay, I don't know about other McDonald's. I know here in, at least, my McDonald's and McDonald's here in Greeley. So I'm guessing, and the one here in Greeley that I sometimes go to that has the same thing is a corporate store. So I'm guessing it's all over. But we have on the receipts where it says, if you fill out the survey and bring it back with the code, we'll give you a quarter pounder for free when you buy one. Or we'll give you, I think it's the Egg McMuffin for free if you buy one. Buy one, get one free on those. So, like, I have, right, especially right after I first started, I had one customer, and this was like when I first was on drive-thru, one customer that he would come in and he would have that. And he would want to use, the buy one, get one free coupon. And it's like, okay, not a problem. I don't mind doing it. And he always had to make sure to tell me that he needed the bottom half of his receipt back. It's like, okay, I work as a bookkeeper by day. I know you need that part of the receipt, especially if, you're tracking, business or something like that. You're tracking your expenses. Like, I understand that completely because you need that, for, deductions and stuff. Like, okay, I go get food for the office and I make sure I get a receipt. I always do. Like, even right now, like, my mother-in-law's going to have me get food for her and I for dinner. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to get Bunny some brisket because he works tonight and can't partake in the dinner. I'll stop back here just because I don't know if I can make it up there. But, so we make sure we get the receipts. Like, we always get receipts. Like, always get receipts. Yes, I could have put up there. But it's like, I always make sure I get receipts. Like, always get receipts. Like, that's just what I do. So, like, and I understand that. So I always make sure I get back the bottom half of the receipt. Like, that's not a problem for me to do. I understand, like, I fill out surveys, but because our store does, like, a special thing where if you, as an employee, fill out a survey, make sure it's, 5-star rated, you can get a free meal off of it. And I do those because I usually show up, like, an hour or so early before work, and I want to make sure I can get food in me before I go to work because I don't always get a break. So I fill out their surveys as well, but I don't need the bottom half back. But this guy, like, quite literally, he would come into the store, or he'd come through a drive-thru, and the receipt says a quarter pounder with a purchase of quarter pounder. Well, he would try to get the double quarter or the quarter deluxe when we had them, which at least my store, we no longer carry the quarter pounder deluxe. I don't know if other stores do. And I'm one of the few that actually knows how to make a regular quarter into a quarter deluxe. So people love it when I'm there. But, I told him, and I would tell him, it's like, I'm sorry, sir, but it's only for the quarter pounder. It's not for the quarter deluxe. It's not for the double quarter, whatever he was trying to order at that point. And it's like, I can't do what you want because it's the quarter pounder with cheese, not the double quarter pounder with cheese, not the quarter pounder deluxe, not the, you know, whichever version of it he was trying to order. It's like, I can't, unless it was the quarter pounder, it's like, I can't do the other stuff. But he really would not listen to me when I would tell him that. And he would pull up to the second window and he would, you know, ask to speak to a manager, or he would come in and he would yell at the managers and, you know, yell at me. And it's like, you know, no, I have to go by what the receipt says, you know, by what the thing says. It's like with the app, I can only scan the app, you know, one scan off of the app per order. Okay. It will not actually let me do multiple scans off that. And I've had people try and then they get pissed off at me when it's like, I can only use one of them. You know, so we have to break up the order into 2 orders. So I do that, and, you know, so they do that. I've gotten a couple complaints about that, and it's like, I can't do anything about that. That's not up to me. Like, okay, you've got the app, you've got the, you know, I can scan it all day, but it's going to ask me which one you want to use. Like, I can't use both. It just physically won't let me. But I've gotten in trouble for that, because it's like, it should be my fault that my app won't, you know, do that. You know, or the app doesn't load, you know, for some people, because they connect to the Wi-Fi and they don't realize that our Wi-Fi, you have to open the browser to be able to use our Wi-Fi. So you have to open your browser, go to like Google, it'll bring you to the sign in, you know, for the Wi-Fi, and you have to sign in. But some people don't realize that and don't want to listen when I try to tell them. Because I had somebody that, not that some would be worse, but I had somebody try to tell me that, you know, they connected just fine over, you know, on the other side of the parking lot. They're not sure why it wasn't working up by the store. And I told them, it's like, well, you know, you might have to open your web browser and go to like Google or whatever your homepage is on it, to be able to connect to the Wi-Fi that way, because I know I have to do that when I try to connect to the Wi-Fi. And they're just like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Your Wi-Fi needs to be reset or something. It's not anything on my fault. You know, it's not my fault. It's like, I've been coming in here for like, you know, before I even started working there, I was in there regularly. Like, I had customers that thought I actually worked there and would yell at me for not, you know, getting up and helping them. Because, you know, Bunny worked there and I would go in like right before close, or like an hour before close or something like that, and I would help, you know, I would, you know, wait for him to get off. Most managers didn't care. Most of the managers are like, okay, you can sit there, you know, you're not going to cause a mess, you're not going to, you know, be a problem. Some of them, like, you know, especially after I started working there, like, if I was waiting for Bunny to get off, like, they would be like, you know, hey, do you think you could, like, you know, mop for me real quick? Like, you do work here, so now I can let you behind the counter with my permission. And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll mop real quick, not a big deal. It's like, you know, whoever did the sweep, like, had to go home at a certain time, but, like, they were a minor or something, and if they'd mopped, it would put them over their allotted hours, you know, allotted time that they can work in a day. And so, like, it's like, yeah, I can mop, like, not a big deal, especially if they were, like, really behind that night or something like that because they got busy. Like not a big deal. Like, honestly, not that big a deal. You know, so that was fun. But like I said, like, I know the policies, and when we have to park, like, we try to make sure we have coupons to give to the customer. Well, we don't always have enough coupons to last, you know, past the first couple of days, which is understandable because, like, you know, we honestly, we sometimes have to park more times than others. Like, you know, we get hit with a big rush and, like, only a couple people want a drink or ice cream, and we can get those out, not a problem, you know, while others are ordering, like, you know, 30, you know, 40, you know, well, actually it's more like 50 or 60, you know, plus nuggets, and we don't keep like 60 nuggets to be able to spread out, but, you know, to give just to one order. And so, like, you know, we have to make more and it's about a 3.5 minute wait, you know, or you want like 20 hot and spicies. Well, we don't keep 20 hot and spicies in the cabinet at one time because, like, you know, that's just gonna go to waste. I don't know about day, but I know at night we don't. So at night, you know, there have been nights that we've had to park more than normal because of the, you know, simple fact that we have a lot of customers come in. And so, and I know a couple of the other stores give out the same little coupons we do, because I've gotten a couple people that come in and they think, you know, oh, McDonald's, they'll take this coupon. Well, no, we don't. Like, we honestly, we can't, you know, just accept the coupons from anyone. Like, I have to accept the ones from my store. And I can only accept the ones from my store. Like, I can't accept the ones from, you know, another store. And here's where I ran into a problem again, and where the customer believed that they were, you know, they were right, and I should refer to, you know, the rule of the customer is always right, which they weren't. I could not accept a coupon for another store. And it's like, on the coupons that we hand out, they list off stores you can actually use them at. And my store was not on the approved list of you can use this coupon at. Like, really, truly, it wasn't. Like, it was not our franchise owners or anything like that. It was another store. And it was like, you know, farther down south. And it's like, I can't accept this. And they got pissed off at me. And they were like, well, why not? You're McDonald's. And I'm like, yes, but on the coupon, you know, and of course the gal had her thumb on, you know, holding it. I'm like, on the coupon, it says what stores you can use it at. Come on, dismiss. Cut 10 minutes to feed the dogs. I'm not going to make it home in 10 minutes. You know, but it's like, on the coupon, it says what stores you can use it at. And they paid me, and, you know, they were grumbling, and they were pissed off. And it's like, I can't help the fact that you're the one who decided you were going to tell me that that decided to come through my store, tell me you have a coupon. And it's like, I don't promo off the, you know, if you come in with a coupon, I don't take that off, the coupon off, until you get to my window, because I've had people that, you know, forget their coupons, the coupon's expired, you know, it's not for my store, you know, one thing or another. And, like, these are just examples where the customer is not right. Like, honestly, like, I cannot be blamed if you think you are right and it turns out you are wrong. Well, I am here, I gotta deliver, so I'm gonna stop this, probably make a part 2 for this, because I've got more stories. Bye!